I co-founded YES in 1990 at the age of 16. We were a group of young people who wanted to educate our peers about the environment and mobilize our generation to make a difference in the world. We organized a national tour, speaking to school assemblies across the United States, reaching more than 650,000 students.
As we traveled the country and saw the realities and struggles of communities, and as our own organizational diversity grew, we kept broadening our understanding of the environment to include people as well as the planet.
YES's work is based on 3 levels of transformation: the internal, the interpersonal, and the collective. And even with the success of the speaking tour, we were asking ourselves, how can we create more alignment with our values? How do we do this better? How do we take it deeper?
We felt the need to create spaces for diverse young leaders to discuss the most pressing issues of our time and build partnerships between people, organizations, and movements. We call these spaces YES Jams.
We're continuously inspired by the breadth, depth, and substance of the JAM community. They've been founders, directors, grassroots organizers, funders, and visionaries for movements like democracy, peace, community wellness, human rights, social justice, indigenous sovereignty, social entrepreneurship, public health, spiritually based activism, and so many more.
This experience here has kind of broken through my warrior, like that staunch exterior warrior, to bring forth my inner warrior. My love for people is why I do this. My belief in a world that is sustainable and just and free from oppression is why I'm here.
The jam only lasts 1 or 2 weeks, but you learn more than if you had spent 4 years at a university. It's truly amazing to know each of these people and to see how they're doing their jobs and to know what they're doing and how around the world people are working for different things and often for the same cause you're working for. The jam allows us to generate ideas and to feel a sense of peace.
I left Liberia and was granted political asylum in the United States at age 18. The YES community was one of the first places where I found a body of people who understood what I was going through. Over the years, the YES community has supported me both financially and morally. When I walked into the YES community, I could feel myself being challenged. I could feel myself growing. I could feel that my impact would make more of a difference because of the dialogues I was having, the spiritual connections I was making, the friendships I was forming. On a recent trip to Africa, it was because of seeing and speaking to YES participants that I was guided to change many of our programs, which I believe those changes are able to make our programs affect people's lives more positively.
I've been working with young people from diverse backgrounds for more than half my life now. As a white American male, I keep seeing how many privileges I grew up taking for granted. The inquiry into the responsible use of privilege and power led to YES's Leveraging Privilege for Social Change program. We bring together young people who are privileged to explore how we can use our lives and resources to make a difference. We want to create a world where all of us can use our unique gifts, be they financial, social, political, spiritual, or cultural, on behalf of what we love most.
Leveraging privilege is not about rich people giving charitably to the poor and impoverished. It's about real partnerships and how we enter into these relationships authentically, respectfully, thoughtfully, and how we each bring whatever resources we have into a shared mission.
In my mind, privilege was always just money. It was always money. It was always who you knew.
Being in the entertainment industry and just recognizing that for me, privilege has meant access and power.
I'm America. That's what I say. I'm privileged because I can say that genuinely, that my heritage is the America that was the dream of what America is.
It's a privilege to be hopeful, and hopeful when a lot of other people aren't right now. And I use that hope to help other people to get hope.
You know, I come from a lot of privilege. I mean, in every way imaginable. You know, my family is amazing. My parents everybody's good, you know, everybody. For some reason, until just recently, there was this block, I just couldn't, I wasn't able to just be totally grateful, and I was feeling guilty about that.
I help to facilitate networking and information sharing and collaboration among youth activists in New York City. And so much of the time when I'm sitting in these circles, I feel like so other. I feel like such an outsider or an other because of the privilege that I have and the privilege that I come from, to the extent where so much of the time I don't even want to speak about issues. I feel like I have no right to make a statement because I haven't experienced, you know, certain oppressions and certain injustices.
Developing true partnership means confronting the ways that we separate and divide ourselves and challenging the fears we all carry that keep us apart.
I know that rich people have, or people with wealth, or people with money, or however you want to identify, I know they have issues and they have problems, but I've never been in a space where I was able to hear those. Today, when I walked in the room of, you know, these people I consider to be peers now and friends, when I walked into that room, I felt like I was walking in a new power, in a new sense of myself, and being able to be firm in who I was. And I know that experience, by being able to really have that experience, and look at those fears that were, you know, hidden within me, it's going to help my work in social justice and social change, because now I'll be able to look at people who I don't identify with, or who I wasn't able to identify with before, in a new way, and be able to stand in my power and my boldness and be able to do the work that we need to do together.
I think the JAM process itself is a really, really exciting model for youth organizing and for organizing in general.
We get an opportunity to sit and see each other outside of our roles and our definitions, even outside of class, outside of race, and the privilege to be able to begin to write a new collective story.
Every person that chose to come here and spend a week doing this deep, intensive work is a very exceptional human being. And it's lonely and scary being exceptional because you stand out. And the minute you stand out, you can be a bullseye for criticism. To be around a community of exceptional people, such a diverse group of exceptional people who are all committed to changing the world, but who are also committed to doing it in a sustainable way that's healthy personally, that's healthy spiritually. It's not only a great benefit for all of us, it's necessary.
This is a good place to be right now.
Nothing really grows without having trust and love and friendship. Nothing will come out of it. Like no project, no work, nothing actually emerges or sustains for any meaningful amount of time.
Some of what I do is kind of building bridges among people who have amazing ideas and wisdom and courage capital with the people who have the financial capital. Some of the projects I'm working on now that I'm most excited about are a direct result of people that I met at the JAM or people I met through people I met at the JAM. So it's had a profound impact on my ability to sort of expand my reach.
Josh, a Canadian filmmaker, partnered and produced a documentary with Tashka, chief of the Yawanawa tribe in Brazil, about the preservation of pristine rainforests and their ancient culture that has now been released in 5 languages.
Jennifer, a human rights activist in the Philippines, worked with Kate, a musician in the U.S., to help relocate Jennifer and her family in a volatile and violent time when they received daily death threats and been attacked by militias in the dark of night.
Yvonne, the youngest chief of the Nitsai Gwich'in from Arctic Village in northeastern Alaska, met Ine, co-founder of the Black Mesa Water Coalition, based in the Southwest, fell in love and got married, and had a little girl named Naniej. Together they established the Native Movement Collective.
JAM alumni traveled from Mexico, India, Senegal, Nigeria, Brazil, Canada, and the US to the World Social Forum in Brazil to organize and facilitate workshops and trainings for hundreds of young activists. JAM alumni from more than 65 countries have collaborated, founded organizations, built partnerships, and supported each other in their lives and work.
From the beginning, YES has been in playful creative rebellion to the image of activists as serious, angry, frightened, boring, shut down, complaining people. Yes, we started YES with an exclamation point. You know, we were gonna be an example of what it looks like to be alive, to be full, to be joyous in our passion for change.
If divide and rule was the strategy that was used to destroy, then connecting and self-organizing is going to be the strategy that's going to need to be used to heal and to regenerate.
I'm just called to action to make the change, you know, make the transformation occur out there. I want this for people. I want this for you. I want this for my people. And now I have that as my privilege to give.
That yes, we're inspired every day by the power, courage, and love of young people all over the world who are rising up to make a difference with their lives.
We have a vision of a thriving, just, and sustainable future. And we see young people from all walks of life taking action to bring that vision closer to reality.
We say yes to life.
We say yes to justice.
We say yes to healing.
We say yes to a sustainable future.
We just say yes to life.